I just got back from a relaxing trip to the Bahamas, feeling all refreshed and ready to dive back into normal life in our cozy suburb outside Austin, Texas. But man, reality hit like a freight train when I opened that electricity bill. $347? My usual max was around $120, even during those scorching summer months. I sat there on the kitchen floor, staring at the number, thinking maybe my AC had finally given out or I'd left every light on for weeks. But no, the weather had been mild, and everything seemed fine. That's when I started playing detective, retracing my steps like in one of those crime shows. Did I run the pool pump extra? Leave the garage fridge open? Nothing added up. Curiosity got the better of me, so I poked around the property. The grass near the pool's electrical panel was flattened like a herd of elephants had stomped through, and there were fresh scratches on the metal cover that definitely weren't there before I left. Either we had super aggressive squirrels or someone was tampering with my stuff. In this day and age, I did what anyone would: ordered some security cams with overnight shipping. My next-door neighbor Tom, a retired mechanic with that no-nonsense wisdom from decades of fixing messes, helped me install them that evening. 3 nights later, the footage blew my mind. Every night around 11 p.m., this sleek silver Mercedes EV pulls up near my pool, and out steps Carla Simmons, our HOA queen bee. She's got this routine down pat, hauls a heavy-duty extension cord from her trunk, plugs it into my panel, hooks up her car, and lets it charge until dawn. Then she's back at 5 a.m. to unplug and vanish like a ghost. I replayed it half a dozen times, heart pounding. Carla, the one who finds you for a weed in your yard or a slightly crooked mailbox, was straight up siphoning my power. Tom watched and whistled low. Buddy, that's like nabbing the mayor mid-heist. As an electrician by trade, I believe in handling things properly, so I slapped a sturdy lock on the panel and taped a civil note. Noticed unauthorized use of my electrical setup. This is private property, please stop. Appreciate it. Tom shook his head, warning she wouldn't back off easy. He was spot on. Next day, the lock's hacked off, pieces scattered like a taunt, and her Mercedes is back, juicing up. Fury building, I waited that night and confronted her as she plugged in. Carla, this has to end. Her face flashed shock, then pure brass. Ethan, you're creeping around your own yard like a weirdo. Prove anything. I tried reasoning, explaining how that panel ties into my septic system for energy efficiency. If you overload it, bad things happen. She laughed it off. Spare me the geek talk. You can't dictate what I do. That's when I saw it wasn't ignorance. It was pure arrogance. But I was documenting everything, and soon learned her midnight charges were just the tip of a much darker iceberg. Instead of quitting, Carla escalated, showing up with extra gear floodlights, a portable speaker setup running cords everywhere, turning my yard into her personal grid while I watched from the window, seething. It was her way of saying, challenge me? Watch this. Tom came over next morning, eyeing the mess. She's not stealing anymore. She's declaring war. Worse, Carla started her smear campaign, whispering to neighbors that I was some eco-hater blocking green progress. Ethan's hoarding resources, she told Mrs. Garcia. He won't support clean energy. Suddenly, Mrs. Garcia's grilling me at the mailbox about being difficult, and then Gwyn family stops waving. The Patels whisper and hush when I pass. Carla had flipped the script, making me the villain in my own hood. Tom stayed loyal, digging deeper. What he uncovered made my bill seem petty. Carla wasn't just hitting mesh, been pilfering from everyone for months, masking it as community betterment. Mrs. Garcia's internet spiked from someone leeching her Wi-Fi for streaming marathons. Then Gwyn's water bill ballooned during Carla's neighborhood beautification car washes using their hose. The Patels paid for landscaping that mysteriously included Carla's yard. It was a calculated scam, wrapped in eco-babble to guilt-trip anyone who questioned it. And her fancy Mercedes? Funded by debts she was dodging, chasing sponsorships to pose as a sustainability star. Rage boiling, I prepped a bombshell for the next HOA meeting. Diagrams, bills, footage, load calcs showing the strain. But I bombed. Neighbors glazed over at the tech jargon. Carla pounced. See? He buries us in confusion to hide his greed. She spun it into a tale of community versus selfishness, and they bought it. Walking home defeated, Tom met me with a beer. You fought with facts, she fights with feelings. Let her dig her own hole. That's when she announced her Eco-Fest Bahat My Pool on my Demito showcase, shared resources, and go viral. Everything clicked. Carla was desperate, betting on this party to snag deals and bail her out. Tom overheard her on calls. After this blows up, sponsors will flood in. Her activism? A facade for fraud. I shifted gears, no more fighting. I'd let science school her. I monitored the system, noting every groan from the pumps, the flickers signaling doom. Some neighbors, like Mrs. Garcia, after spotting her Wi-Fi logs, quietly sided with me. Wait for the party, I said. Truth explodes on its own. Saturday dawned hot, prime for peak demand. Carla transformed my yard. DJ rig, strobes, caterers, videographers streaming live. Her Mercedes charged center stage as she preened in a crisp outfit, preaching unity. By afternoon, with 50 guests buzzing, the system screamed, pumps grinding, lights dimming. Tom and I watched, tension thick as fog. Viewer counts soared as Carla ranted against outdated ownership, oblivious to the rumbling underground. Then, at max blast, DJ thumping, lights blazing, appliances humming, the overload hit critical. The septic pump, fried by chaos, reversed. A 15-foot geyser of foul sludge erupted from the pool drain, arcing like a nightmare fountain right over Carla mid-speech. It drenched her, the Mercedes, the crowd in a stinking deluge. Screams erupted, equipment sparked, streams captured the horror live. For endless seconds, waste rained down, turning her triumph into a viral catastrophe. Calmly, I stepped in. Folks, that panel links pool and septic. Overloaded, and backups blow back. I warned her, here's the tape. As sludge dripped, eyes turned furious. Mrs. Garcia snapped. You knew and risked us? Recordings of Carla's schemes sealed it. Cops came. Charges flew: theft, damage, endangerment. Her home foreclosed. Influence imploded into infamy. Me? Hailed as the guy who let karma strike. Wild, right? Ever face a neighbor who twisted theft into virtue? Was I justified letting physics unleash hell, or should I have stopped it sooner? Could sharing ever justify this? Drop your takes below. Did Carla deserve that splashy downfall? Hit like if justice splashed you too. Comment your wildest neighbor wars, and subscribe for more real-life twists that'll keep you hooked.